Yeah, so it's come to this. This is a Beat Motel clip show. For the first time in over 120 episodes, we haven't managed to get our shit together enough to actually get a guest or to have Dr. Sam or anything, any particular interest. So we're going to do a clip show. And I'm going to choose clips according to how many people they've pissed off and how many views they've had. I'm also trying to use as many of the guest hosts that we've had over the last couple of years as possible. Actually, it's not the last couple of years. It's probably the last 6 months because we haven't been filming it for all that long, so that's why I haven't got lots of old... come on, let's just play the bloody disclaimer. You're listening to the Beat Motel Podcast, and we need to warn you that we like to use words like fuck, shit, and syndicalist, bunty scrutux, angry flap, and foot biscuits, and we don't offer... enough of that. We don't think we need to hear any more of that, do we? Right, so the first clip I'm going to play you is this one. Now, this is when Jay Trenchard, or Jay Volunteer, was our guest. Now, unfortunately, I don't have footage from this one, but he's got such a lovely voice. I thought I'd play it anyway. Here he is expressing some deep analysis of an entire genre.
Although I'm not a big hip hop fan really, but I do love Death Grips. Hip hop's a wide genre. Some bits are going to float your boat, and some bits aren't.
I think that's as good a conclusion as we're going to get. So well done for anyone who's listened to all. This is the 55th episode of the Beat Motel podcast. So if you've listened through this far, that's the conclusion you might have been waiting for, which is all music's a... What did you say?
Some will float your boat and some won't.
There you go. With summary of all, of all mankind's recorded music, Jay has just summarised it. So I think that about wraps it up, actually. Unless there's anything else you want to add.
No, it was fun though. I like talking about music. I make no secret of that, really.
It was very good. I very much liked it, and I want to know kind of what's in all your other CDs.
Although I'm not a...
Sorry, these loops, so I have to catch them just in time. So that was Jay. So I'm just turning up my headphones a bit because I can't hear it. Next up, we're on to Sam, and in this clip, if you watch on YouTube, you'll see I was in Glamorous Studio B. A lot's changed in the last... even in the last month with regards to how we record the show. So some of these old clips look a bit weird to me, but let's see why this one got watched a lot and or upset people. This is Dr. Sam.
If you play a fast song, have a slow song.
Yeah, there's a certain sort of story arc that makes a good album. So it's like... Sorry, I'm just quickly looking something up. It's like...
I can do that.
You know the Walkman?
Yeah.
And the Walkman. You gotta know... Which is the only song anyone knows. Oh, it's a fucking great song. But speaking to Simon, the singer, and so that song's awesome. And he said, the album's not bad either. And I said, what does it sound like? It's like that 10 times. I've never listened to it because I was like, that song, the Rat, is fantastic. I don't need it 10 times with slight variations, unless it's done like Screaming Jay Hawkins with his mildly racist Chinese version of things.
We still haven't found that, have we? If you play a slow...
Sam's reluctant. I still haven't found that. This is quite often Sam and I, when we're recording an episode, we talk about things that neither of us can remember who originally came up with because we've known each other a long time. And we're obsessed with the idea that there's some really sketchy Screaming Jay Hawkins recordings out there. But neither of us can find them. And we're both sure we've heard them before. So let's move swiftly on from that one. Next up we have... Well, I think I'll just have to play you the clip because this did upset a few people, but we didn't actually get that many comments on it. So I'll just play it. Dear Terry Tidal. Who started Tidal? I've got a whole... It's Jay-Z, wasn't it? Dear Mr. Jason Zebedee.
We've got 99 problems, but money isn't one of them. Money is one of them.
What's Jay-Z an abbreviation of? Or is he just named after? I always thought it sounded like a really pleasant-smelling toilet cleaning spray or something.
I don't care enough about Jay-Z to know.
Fair enough. Right. I love how Dr. Sam can kind of just shut things down like that. He's like, we'll be deep in the conversation and I think he might be having enough of this. I'm just going to see how long I can push him. And he just slams the door. Nope, I don't care enough to talk about this. And considering how low we set the bar with Beat Motel, that's really saying something. Next up, who do we have here? We have Ollie, who's I can't say one of my favourite guest hosts, because they're all my favourite guest hosts. But Ollie just brings something very, very cool. He sort of ups the coolness curve at Beat Motel a lot. I should say at this point there are a few guest hosts that I haven't got time to fit in. So Stuart Bowditch being somebody that I would love to have had in here. And we also had Dave Lennon from America just a couple of weeks ago. He was quite a lot of fun as well. I did get a message from someone asking if he was real. He's definitely real. Right, here we go. Ollie. Ollie, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. I am back by Beat Demand.
That needs to be used more often with Beat Motel. Back by Beat Demand. Yes, we've sort of developed into this thing where we have rolling hosts, and I've not explained why. It's because Dr. Sam is at university.
You don't throw me much bait, but we can work on that.
Right, let's start with some proper bait, and let's call it Beat of the Week. No, it's not Beat of the Week. It's Riff of the Week. This is a good start, isn't it? Anyone who's not heard this before, this is quite strong. It's normally worse. Ollie, how you doing? Oh,
I'm good.
Round. Lovely to have a bit of Ollie there as usual. He always throws me a curveball. The whole point at the beginning of each episode of Beat Motel is I try and chuck a sort of a non sequitur or a curveball at the guest, and Ollie always gets there first. Next up, we have the fantastic Hannah. Hannah from Interesting Times Gang, who is a friend of mine I'm in a band with, and I do filmmaking with, but she's just got this incredible knowledge about music. Now, I picked this clip at random, so I don't actually know what she's going to be talking about here. I'm hoping she is going to be saying something, and it's not just me gabbling on. They did release Icelandic versions, and I particularly like this Icelandic version because the vocal delivery is so much rawer and got so much more grit, and like Bjork's voice breaking is just, it's one of those things. To me, it's a sound of, I don't want to say angels, but it's the sound of just pure joy hearing her voice crack like that. It's just makes
just
my
an
knees feel
original,
funny.
though. One of the most important artists of the last forever. Great stuff.
But I want to go back and listen again to more of the Icelandic versions, because if they've got more attack in them like that there's a lot more, not aggression. They did release Icelandic version. Okay, that wasn't a great clip, but strangely that was a clip that was watched by a lot of people. Probably not because I was talking, but go back and look for the Hannah episodes. They are absolutely brilliant. There's only a couple. One of them is about best songs in languages other than English, which is absolutely brilliant. Next up, we have Callus. Callus is probably, just in sheer number of views and comments, Callus is probably the most popular co-host that we have. He has quite a big following of his own. He doesn't need to be doing with our nonsense, but I dearly love the man. I've noticed, looking at some of these clips, I used to have a lot less teeth than I've got now. Now, obviously, that's a very visual thing, so unless you're watching on YouTube, that might not mean much, but what did Callus have to say here? But Jesus and Mary Chain did it first. So I think they did. So it's
kind of a little bit more of a hippie psych band though, with a slightly doomy element.
I don't know who that is, but they started off kind of pretty much like a noise band, just screeching feedback. They literally recorded an album that's just got a guitar feedbacking through the whole bit. But Jesus and Mary Chain did it first. So I think they did. Oh no, sorry, I paused it there. I thought that was done. So it's kind of
a little bit more of a.
Oh no, we did. Oh god, I'm not sure this is really working as a greatest hits thing, but screw it. I've invested at least a few minutes in it now, so I'm going to carry on. Right, next up we have Jago. Again, always very good at inspiring people to leave a comment. He's a man of strong views, and that makes for good listening. So Metallica versus Megadeth. We'll call that bitterness rivalry. Is that fair? So,
yeah. And I'll go for Metallica.
Oh, okay, well, that's good. Let's choose. So your next one, Oasis versus Blur. I'm going to say commercial unit shifting rivalry. I know they have both sort of since made friends, and I don't think they were ever actually actual enemies. Who would you side with on that, Blur?
Definitely.
Take that E17.
Blur, definitely, yeah.
Just what would you call that rivalry?
Take that, got the tunes.
What sort of rivalry would you call that though? So Metallica. Sorry, that clip is. I'm not going to edit it out because I haven't got time. So not only did not manage to record an episode last week, I don't have any time to edit this one. So just go back and look up the Dave Jago episodes. Right, we're on to the good stuff now. Now we're on to the things that really did get some attention, and this clip is me and Dr. Sam.
Very sexy, that, yeah.
But they've dropped that bit entirely. But they have up to the number of sandbags they have on stage, and I was looking, thinking, so they like build like a sandbag wall around the drummer, and
that must add something to the gas bill.
well, yeah, I was looking at the trailer that they had behind their tour bus, and I was thinking, if they're real sandbags, the roadies must really hate them by now, because I'm so unskilled that I had a job filling sandbags once, and that ain't fun at all. So I don't know if they're fake sandbags, but the drummer also did something I always think's very brave or very foolish at gigs.
Very sexy, that, yeah.
Right, we're talking about Canon Fiber there, who Canon Fiber, German band, absolutely amazing, but their whole World War One shtick on stage, they have sandbags and everything. Like the idea of fake sandbags just seems quite bizarre to me. Next up, we have Dr. Sam again. Now, there's certain bands that when we mention them, it always brings the haters. It always brings the people who want to comment out of the woodwork. And this band we're about to talk about, the Misfits, is definitely one of those.
I love that song. That's Saturday Night by the Misfits, Mark II. That's not the original Misfits with the Danzigs, and I chose that one to be triggering to like Misfits fans because they always go Danzig. It's like they did two incredible albums in the mid-90s.
Oh, that's 90s, is it?
That is when Jerry Only won the lawsuit against Danzig for the right of the Misfits. I love that song.
Right, so didn't even say anything controversial about it. It's just a spicy subject. Now, this is a much more recent David Jago clip. This is the last one for this episode because I don't think it's worked that well. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments or by emailing me. But this clip, this upset people.
Well, it's a similar thing with Mr. Bungle and Red Hot Chili Peppers. Mr. Bungle made a big deal about because Chili Peppers would chuck them off. They chucked them off a festival or something, and they were really shitty with them. But Anthony Kiedis in his book didn't mention Mr. Bungle or Mike Patton or anything. I thought that was quite interesting. Whereas Mr. Bungle would go on about it loads. So it sort of makes Red Hot Chili Peppers look in a better light in a sense. It's a bit like they're not even bothered.
It goes back to the Mustang.
And in a way, it's sort of rising above it. Well, it's a similar.
So there we go. Sorry there wasn't a proper episode this week, but things will return to normal just as quickly as we can make that happen. Thanks for listening. If you made it through this far, then quite frankly, I'm surprised. Right then, that is the end of it. Bye-bye.